Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the channel. It's Malzy here. And today we are doing a tour of and selling a couple of houses. This is not one of them. This is my Victorian forever home. I'm calling it the Victorian forever home because it is unsellable. And the reason it's unsellable is because I took it into the sandbox. And so, to decorate and do a lot of stuff. And so, yeah. This property is, however, uploaded onto mod.io. If you would like to take a tour, I can do a tour for you, but there's a lot to see here. It's my very first mod.io upload, excuse me. So I'm really proud of it. I'm proud of how this house came out and it's really freaking cool. But it is my Victorian forever home, and yeah, so I'm probably going to turn this into an office instead of like a carriage house. But yeah, we are, however, going to do 2 tours and sales today. And the first one is going to be the dirty laundromat. I did this one over the weekend, and as you can see, it is a hot mess. Like a super big hot mess. Like, it was really bad. Now, I kept it a laundromat and an arcade. So let's check it out. My dogs are acting up today. I don't know what's going on. Oscar's on a good one this morning. I don't know what the hell he's doing. So yeah, as you can see, I have kept it an arcade and a laundromat. This will be kind of a short tour because there's not a whole lot going on here. So we'll go in through the laundromat, and I pretty much just cleaned it up, really is all I did. And put all the things that you would need for a laundromat in here. There are 12 washers and 12 dryers all along here. We've got a seating area where you can sit. We've got, you can read a couple magazines. This picture and this one are from Pixabay. We've got some laundry baskets about. Here is the office. And this is where someone would sit and make change. There is a safe down there with a lot of money in it. This is a little bathroom. Oh, it looks like I missed a little cleaning right there. It's a little bathroom. And then over here we've got some things hanging. We've got lots of different laundry soaps you can choose from. Of course, you have to pay for these, so you would take your bottle, go over to the cashier and pay for it. I left the cameras up because you can't do that in story mode. I left them there. I didn't even notice those two. But yeah, so here's this. And then it's attached to the arcade, which has a cafe attached to it. And I saw this. Okay, I saw this on somebody's YouTube channel. I can't remember where I saw it. But did you know that you can put stuff in these bowls and then just change it to add the lid, and it totally works. And then you can take the whole thing and they're stackable. So I've made like pre-made lunches that you can purchase from the deli here, from the little cafe here. We also have stuff to make smoothies and coffee and drinks, and there's pizza in the oven, and this is just a little cafe. This was already here. I just had to, but I did have to replace all of the cabinetry because it was just trash. You couldn't fix it. So I changed all the appliances to stainless steel. And yeah, so I made some pre-made stuff. There's like cheese and watermelon, and then there's 4 more tables here to sit. I kept all of these. Some of them were trash. Sorry. excuse me, my throat is dry this morning. Some of the arcade games were trash, so I had to just sell them and just get new ones. But I kept like what 5 there, so there's like 10 arcade games here and 2 over here. Kept the pool table, didn't do a thing to it, just cleaned off all the dirt. And as you can see, I pretty much kept it the way that it was. I just repaired all of the holes in the ceiling and the walls, and the foosball, or not foosball, the air hockey table was over there. I moved it over here. And there's lots of seating along here. And then there is another bathroom here with a couple of urinals and, you know, the toilet room. I don't know why they leave it open at the top of the toilet room. That makes no sense to me, so I enclosed it. And then, you know, with the sink and all of that. I kept, this is the floor that was in the laundromat. I just kept it. And, hold on one second. Yeah, on that. Sorry. I don't know if you heard that. He was sniffing like he was going to mark his territory or something. But yeah, I kept the same paint colors and the same wallpapers and all of that. So, coming around this side, I also fixed the parking lot. I put some cars and a van in the parking lot and some bicycles. Over here was kind of a playground, so I just cleaned it up and I made a nicer one. And then because I happen to know that you can't sell a property unless it has a bed and a shower, I figured I would give the owner of the place a little tiny home to live in. So here is the owner's like little shack, if you will. I think it came out kind of nice though. Gave him, you know, a nice place to hang his shoes and his jackets and a tiny little kitchen, little table, a bed with some storage, and even a tiny bathroom. So that is the closed laundromat. I kept most of the same finishes. Of course, I had to redo the whole outside because it was kind of a mess. You couldn't fix the paneling, you just had to redo it. I think it came out good though. I really do. So we're gonna go over here out front. And then it was funny because when I was doing the little tiny home in the back, I was like, man, I need to put a laundry area in here. And then I was like, Malzy. He literally lives in a laundromat. So he can do his laundry for free because he owns the place. So anyway, let's go ahead and sell it. We purchased this house for $320,000. Sold $52,000 worth of stuff. Spent $276,000 on the reno, even though I didn't really buy that much. Like, it's weird. Anyway, $276,000. We're all in for $543,644, and it looks like Zoe Lee is going to be the winner. She's going to offer us $900,900 for this house. So we will choose her and confirm. And we are here the before and afters. I think it came out really well. I just saw a video yesterday. I'm going to promote somebody that I follow. The YouTuber's name is Safibo. She just did this property and she turned it into a family home, and it is incredible. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So go check it out, Safibo, on YouTube. I think it's Safibo. She does stunning work. She really does. She does stunning work. So we're going to go ahead and save those photos, and we're going to head back to the mansion. And since we are live and this is automatically streaming, I'll do the thumbnail later. I just don't have a lot of time this morning, but I wanted to get this out for you. So I will do the thumbnail later. Maybe tomorrow when I have time. If I have time. If I get up early enough. I can take you through a quick tour of this house. I don't think I've done it before. You're going to have to forgive the lighting and the pixels in here because this is a very large property, kind of like with the Master of Shadows. And there's nothing I can do about it. So I did redo the entire outside of the house to be white and this beautiful, very dark wood. I moved the trash can and the dumpster out here. Like I said, I'm probably going to turn this into an office. And I added some cars out here. These cars, I know I mentioned this in another video. These cars remind me of a Subaru Outback. And I happen to drive a Subaru in real life. Not an Outback. I drive a Crosstrek. But we love Subarus. They are great cars. It's just a great all-around car. So we'll come in the front. Now, mind you, when I did this house, it was right before Christmas, so we're still decorated for Christmas. But I added doors here. My husband said, "Oh my God, that's a lot of green." But the thing is, and I know I've mentioned this in a couple of other videos, they did have in these Victorian homes, they did have bold colors like this. So I wanted to use a bold color, and every fireplace is custom. So there is not one fireplace that is not custom. I don't think. Hold that thought. Anyhow, we've got our suit of armor over here watching you from the corner. Custom fireplace here. Nice seating area. This is like the formal living room. Music area. Over this way is the ladies' parlor. Oh yeah, see, I lied. I'm sorry. I did lie. That's not a custom fireplace, but it's a nice fireplace. This is the ladies' parlor. This is where the ladies come after dinner. And so we've got some tea set up right here. Over here, we've got a full bathroom. Don't ask me why I put a shower in here, but I did. Full bathroom, because there was no bathroom on the main level of this home. This is the area leading out to the garage, which of course I added. This is an addition. The layout of this house has changed extensively, and these are pictures of the area where I actually live. So if you know where that is, then you know where I live. This, of course, is the hidden door, and I'll take you down there in a little bit. We're just going to go through this quickly. Over here, if you want, like I said, if you want to do a full, extensive tour, check it out on Mod.io. It's up there. This is a painting by my good friend Robbie the painter. You all know him. I talk about him quite a lot. He's my good friend. Outside, and I'll show you where all the outside in a little bit. This is the men's parlor, so this is where the men retreat to right after dinner. So yeah, I tried to make it pretty masculine, pretty much, with the alligators and then the Corvette. Because, here's the dining room, which I'm pretty proud of. It's not as nice as the dining room I did for the chateau, which, by the way, the chateau I will probably do mostly off camera because it is humongous and it's going to take me forever to do it. So it's probably going to take me a couple months. You probably won't see that one again until I'm finished with it. Because I thought about just saying screw it and taking it into the sandbox to do the outside, but it's not going to work because if I do that, it will then become unsellable and I want to sell it. So anyway, these are pictures from Pixabay. And the dining room is nice. It's got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 spaces. This is 4 tables jammed together as one. And that is the complete downstairs. I'll take you upstairs now. So this is the children's wing. So this is the kids' bathroom. I think it came out really, really cute. They've even got some toys here to play with in the bath and their shower. They share a room. The little boy and the little girl share a room because they're young children. I was drawing inspiration from Mary Poppins. So Michael and Jane, you know how they share a room, and so my inspiration was Mary Poppins. And then here is the Alice in Wonderland painting by Robbie the Painter. I love this room. It's so cute. But they've got places to do their homework and stuff, and there's a door connecting the nanny's room right here. So this is the nanny's room. This is where she comes and she can have her space. She's got her little makeup table and whatever, and she's got a study table for her computer and her wardrobe and things like that. I imagine this is maybe her and her sister or something, or her best friend. But yeah, there is that. And then the children have this humongous playroom up here, which I love. I think this came out so cute. Fireplace is actually not sunken into that. It's just kind of sitting there. But they've got the Dance Dance Revolution and the video games and TV, places to sit. The staff have brought the children and the nanny some drinks and snacks. Up here, yes, this house does have a full staff. But lots of toys and games and books. Well, not so much books. There are books over here. I wanted, you know, the game doesn't really give you like blankets to lay down on. I mean, yes, there is a blanket that's like flat and like a picnic blanket, but it wasn't cute. So I wanted just a comfy area for the kids to come over here and read a book. They could take a nap here if they wanted to. Painting for the littles, and just toys and stuff. I love this room. It came out so cute. I absolutely love how this room came out. It's adorable. Oh, and in traditional Victorian homes, there would have been, and in chateaus as well, there would have been bells throughout the house, and that is how you ring the staff to come and get you what you want. So I'm using doorbells, and so I'm using doorbells so that way if they need anything, they can ring the doorbell, and that's how the staff knows that they are needed. This is the master suite. But before I take you up there, I didn't do anything here. I just kind of patched the walls. Of course, I got rid of the science lab. I didn't get rid of the piping, though. And I forgot to clean it up. But that's okay. Out here, I just cleaned it up. That's literally all I did. There's a sitting area out here where you can just sit here and enjoy. The fan does work. I found a fan with a light that works. Where is it? I can't. There it goes. It does work. But yeah, I just cleaned it up. And then I left the telescope that was here. So, so yeah, I did clean this up. This is forever. It takes forever. So this is the master suite, the master wing, actually. Oh, and it's not finished. Oh, well, it's okay. I'll show you why. This is the master bedroom with the completely built-in bed. And this you actually can do in story mode. The way I did it. It is doable in story mode. There's really no sandbox tricks here. But anyway, this one is a custom fireplace with the TV and the vintage wallpaper and the dog and the dressing area, which has its own light. Over here's the master bathroom. And so this is a trick that I took from Jelly, Chaotic Jelly, and this is meant to simulate that these are sliding doors that can move, even though they can't. And then I love using swimming pools as bathtubs because it has water in it. Now, the hardest part, though, is finding a faucet that works. So I just kind of did that, and I hope it doesn't look stupid. But I've got, for the gentleman, where he can like shave his beard and stuff in the shower. And the lady can too. She can like shave her legs or whatever in the shower. But yeah, here's the master bathroom. And then out here is the master bath, the patio for the master of the house. We've got several seating areas, fire pit, swing, this like couch area, which I forgot to put pillows on. And I'll show you the part that's unfinished because I totally forgot about it. Is up here. So this is the closet, like the huge walk-in closet. And then this is going to be an office slash seating area. Now I had the master suite, the master bedroom up here, but the bedroom itself was so small you could barely walk around in it. So and this was actually the bathroom, but I changed it. So yeah, this is going to be an office slash seating area for the master of the house. And they've got their master closet. I just forgot to finish that. And that's going to do it for the main areas of the house. Now, in these traditional big Victorian homes, the staff are not allowed to use the main staircase. They're just meant to not be seen too much at all. Okay. So this is the main reason why I took this house into the sandbox, because you can't get up there without building scaffoldings and stairs, and scaffoldings don't fit. And it was just a big, huge pain in the ass. So this is why I took this house into the sandbox. And the same for the outside of the house as well. You just can't, it's just too big. So these houses, like I said, the staff are not meant to be seen. They're meant to just kind of be in the shadows in the background, and things just magically get done. So they need a way to move about the house without being seen too much. And this is how they do it. So this leads you into the staff areas. So here is, I wanted to be kind to my staff and make sure the laundry was up here so that they don't have to tromp up 2 flights of stairs, 2 levels to get, to the laundry. They can just do it here and it's all done. And then this is their staircase. This leads into that hallway that leads out into the garage right there. I also forgot to put books on there. And then coming down the other level is the grotto. So we do have a dungeon here. I kept this as a dungeon. This is the area above the grave. So the graveyard is above us. What used to be the graveyard. It's no longer the graveyard. I took the graveyard out. But if you are naughty, you will end up here. And you do have a kind of comfy bed and bread and water. So we're not completely heartless, but if you're naughty, that's where you end up. This is my favorite part of the whole build, the kitchen. Now, traditionally, the kitchens would have been downstairs because the people who own the house don't do the cooking, right? The staff does. And so that's what we've done here. We have made a staff kitchen that is ginormous. Like, this kitchen's probably bigger than my real life house. It's humongous. I love it though. I love how it came out. It's very luxurious. You've got lots of baking and cooking and all the things, and even 2 dishwashers and 2 huge refrigerators, and all of that. We even have our own built-in pizza oven and our own built-in grill that are both very well ventilated. Everything gets vented outside. Trash cans, the whole 9 yards, the coffee area over here. We've got the huge walk-in pantry here. And other than our real estate business, we do have a side hustle. We make booze. We make booze. And so this is our secret booze vault. And this is all the stuff that we made that we're ready to sell. We've got stuff aging in barrels. And in my world right now, these are not water heaters, these are stills. So this is where we make the booze. Here's all the secret family recipes that we've collected over the years. And this is how we really generate our income to run such a large home. You didn't see the numbers. So yeah, this is our pantry. Over here is our utility room. That is the water heater. It's not a still. That's why it's white. So here's the utility room with the breakers and all that kind of stuff, some tools, and we had an accident yesterday, so we're starting all over. Somebody fell off a ladder cleaning. This is the family room. So this is like the hangout room. The family, we needed a place to like get away from it all. We are underground. But we've got our radio here. I'm gonna have to hurry because I do have one more property to show you. Yeah, so this is the family room, and in here is the secret vault. Find where the door is. This is the secret vault and also the surveillance room where we keep our cash. And the family jewels. They are locked away safely in here. So yeah, and this one I did put stuff on it. But yeah, so the family room. Now, the staff need a place to live, so this is where the staff lives. This is the main housekeeper's room. She is in charge of the female staff in our little establishment here. It's a simple room. She's in charge of the 4 ladies that live in this room. This is their female staff room where they sleep and they've each got their own wardrobe and that. They've got a little seating area with their TV when they're off duty. They can eat. This is their bathroom. One of these is a shower and the other one is a toilet. I know it's not segregated. I'm sorry. I didn't have room. I could have made room, but I didn't. So this is the way it is. This is the head butler's room, and he is management, so he gets his own room. He is in charge of the boys, the males that live in this room. This is the male staff room so the groundskeeper and the chef and whoever lives, male staff that work and live here. This is the staff area. Now, this leads up to the dining room. So I thought about putting in a butler's pantry, but we really don't need one. So, because this is a direct line from the dining room straight down to the kitchen. So, I mean, it's a little bit of a trek, but it's not too bad. Oh, and the staff do not have access to that room there. Only the master and lady, which me and my husband. We're the only ones that know the access code to the liquor vault. The other thing is that I wanted the staff to be able to move about underground without walking through the water. I didn't want to get rid of the water because it's cool. So I went ahead and made them a stone pathway that leads up to the carriage house right here, which I said is going to be an office. And this way they can just take out the trash right there. So that is the Victorian mansion, my rendition of it. Oh, real quick. I'm trying to hurry because I'm running out of time. And I have one more property to show you. Seating area here for the dining room, and I'm going to put a barbecue out here. This is locked, so only adults have access to this because this is the swimming pool, and I don't want children to drown because that would be devastating. So we never leave kids. I left the tree. Well, I mean, you can't get rid of the tree, but I added glass so that it's still enclosed and you can still see the tree because it's really cool. And yeah, so the gate is locked on both sides, and this is what used to be the graveyard, and I've made it into a playground for the children because they need a place to play. And this is going to be, I'm saving this for the Pets DLC because I'm hoping that they give us chickens. And so when the Pets DLC comes out, which will be soon, and they're hinting, I don't know if you've been following the Discord, but they are hinting on Japanese style furniture and a Japanese style decorations and furniture. So that's going to be really cool too. But yeah, so that's going to be coming up. So I'm saving this area for the Pets DLC, and I'll see what we get from that. So oh, and here's something else that I have discovered. I don't know if you know this, but you can assign light switches to garage doors. Check this out, watch. Did not know you could do that. I just discovered this like a month ago. Or not even a month ago, like a week ago. That you can assign light switches to garage doors. So anyway, we're not going to sell this one, but we are going to go through Double Trouble. This place is also a super hot mess. It doesn't look so bad here because, well, because it's dark. But so this is the light side, the super like hippie side, and then there's a goth side. And so this is what it looks like when you buy it. Super messy, but I have cleaned it up. And it's funny because when I bought this place, I was cleaning it up, and I discovered the secret while I had Irene on Discord with me. So we are out front. Here's the Double Trouble. So one side is goth, one side is super modern and weird. Super cool. We're going to check out the goth side first. So when you buy this house, spoiler alert, if you don't want to know, you should stop watching. This is the house of a vampire. So I kept it with the red and black theme because that's kind of what was already here. And I added this door out to there, and I'll take you out there in a little bit. But we've got the drop zone. I left the living room pretty much the way it was. I just kind of added the stone. The fireplace was like that. It was already like that. Did I not replace the TV? Is it broken? Wait a minute. We can't sell a broken TV. Oh. Let's put it on TV menu. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so so this is, I just kind of added some decorations. I changed out the couch because it was nasty. You couldn't save it. I like how it came out though. It's really cool. And I left this alone. I didn't touch that at all because it's really cool the way that it is. Coming up here, this used to be, or this is the kitchen. It is the kitchen. It was the kitchen and it still is the kitchen. Sorry about the pixels. I don't know what's going on with it. And it's not my computer. It's not my graphics card, I can tell you that. Anyhow, here is the kitchen, and I just kind of cleaned it up. Made this white because there was so much red and black in the room. The TV was already there, so I left it there. And then this organ, I left it because it's cool. Like, that was just too cool to get rid of. Oh, I forgot to do that. It's fine. We're going to leave it alone. I don't have time. Can't fly up there and do it, so I'm just going to leave it alone. Anyway, the organ was cool, so I left it alone. And then here's a tiny little balcony right here. I enclosed it so that you have privacy. But anyway, tiny little balcony. And then coming up this way is the first of the 2 bedrooms in this house. Here is the bathroom that I did 0 things to. I just cleaned it up and left it alone. It was already like this. I just cleaned it up. And then I made this into a bedroom. And this is that wall that I just said was unfinished on the other side. So I'm sorry about that. I forgot. But we're going to leave it alone. This is the first of the 2 bedrooms. And I did not take this into the sandbox. So none of this is sandbox tricks. So they have their own walk-in closet here with their own tiny little balcony. And there is no separation. So they can hang out with the neighbor if they want to. And then coming up to the final level is the master suite. So here is the master bathroom. And again, I did no things to it. It came like this. I just cleaned up the dirt. Here is the laundry area. And then here is the master suite. Now, when you buy this house, this is basically a coffin where the vampire sleeps. So I changed it from the coffin to the bed. And just, the swords were already here. So this is how it comes. And then the master closet is back here. And I didn't change it too much. I just changed out the furniture and I cleaned it up. And, he's got his wine, his blood that he can sip right there and enjoy this room in the moonlight. And that is this side. Now let's check out the other side. And then we'll discover the secrets of this home. Now, as dark and gothic as this side is how light and bright this side is. I did change out the door. We'll check out the garden right here. I made a garden right here. When you buy this house, this window is meant to look like it's been busted out, and then there's something that it was just a mess. So I made a nice patio out here. They've got a barbecue. Now we're gonna head in through the front door. Just a little rocking chair right there. This is their like drop zone. I kept the purple and green and orange theme throughout the house. Those are the colors that was here, and I took the inspiration from that. So this is their drop zone. They've got a seating area here for their shoes. Their living room is like this, which I thought was really cool, to be honest. They do have a swimming pool, which I left here. This was already here. I just put a top over it because it was open it was open. And then I moved the kitchen in here. The kitchen, there was a kitchen here. It was probably supposed to be like a discotheque because the floor was lights. It was ceiling lights. And so I changed it into just a regular kitchen. Kind of a strange layout, but I had to go with what I had to work with. So, oh, there's a flower poking through. How funny. But yeah, I think it came out well. It's not a normal kitchen that I would do, but I like it. It's funky and weird. So yeah, there's the swimming pool. Over here is, I like to have a bathroom on every level of the home. So here is a half bath for this area with the little portal windows that look into the pool. So yeah, a little half bathroom here. I stuck it in the corner. We'll check out what's down there later. And then just the seating area with music here. And up here is the orange level. So this level is orange. I took the inspiration from what was already here. We've got a seating area there. And I'm sorry about the pixels. I can't. This is the bedroom. So this was also another kitchen, which made no sense to me. So I took the kitchen out and I turned it into a bedroom, and it's got its own private balcony right there. The door is right there. So, but yeah, I'm calling this the Halloween room. The next level up is the green level. And this is the room, so the dog can sit there. That's the dog bed, and they've got... This is the one where they can chat with the vampire next door. This is the closet, the bed. I kind of stuck... There was shelves here. I just stuck the laundry there. I didn't know where else to put it. This bathroom was already like this. I just cleaned it up, and this is what gave me the idea for the pool, because the pool was already there as the bathroom. And then the block wall. So that's where I was like, oh my gosh, you can totally use pools as bathtubs. So that's where I got the idea from this. But like all the funky architecture in here was already like this. So I wanted to leave it because I think it looks really awesome. And then an office area over here, sewing area. And then this is like the master suite up here. So this, I left that the way it is because it's to simulate that these are movable skylights. So I left those the way they are. Because that you can't do in story mode. That's a sandbox trick. So this is how the house comes with those windows open like that. So I just cleaned them up. Here is their bathroom, which I think came out pretty cool. And then they also have a little office here because their closet is over there. They have a little office here and another balcony. Now, this house also has a huge secret that I discovered while I was on Discord with my good friend Irene. I discovered it by accident. So coming down here, you've got a cellar. It's just a typical normal looking cellar with things, right? But then there's a hidden door where they were doing experiments or something. Now, when you buy this house, you find that it looks like something has crashed through and there's like footprints. Well, it turns out they were doing experiments and there is a creature that lives here. And this is the creature's room. Now, I cleaned it up. He also had access to get out that way, but I closed it off. I didn't want him getting out that way. So I left this stuff on the wall because it was kind of cool. I left the skulls, gave him a better dog bed. The campfire was already there. But I also gave him a better water dish and a better food dish. So he's got fresh food and water. And they were, doing experiments down here. And then this is access to the lab, the blood lab from the vampire side. And this is and of course it's really messy in here. Like it's dirty. There's trash and stuff everywhere and blood everywhere. I cleaned up all the blood, but I left this alone because this is really cool. It's kind of macabre, really cool. But you can see all the different blood types over there. They were doing experiments on somebody in here. What is that? Oh, it's a watch. I just cleaned this up. I didn't take anything out. I just cleaned it up. So they were doing experiments in here. You can see. And then they're turning the blood into wine. And this is the secret wine cellar. So you don't know that that's back there. And then it comes up here to the stage and the bar. So I thought this was actually really cool. Like it's macabre, but it's actually really cool. So what I did was I just cleaned it up. I left the bar alone so you can see I was gonna, I couldn't fix the bar top, but I didn't want to sell it because all this stuff was already here and it's decorated just right. And so I just, I changed the colors to match the theme of the goth side, but I couldn't replace the bar top. So we just put some tables around. You can come and book your band here to play. And then there's just more tables, and then the lights, I left that alone. I just cleaned it up. And I also left the decking alone because I kind of like this weathered look, the weathered wood look. And so, yeah, this is the vampire's other enterprise. This is how he makes his money, other than, So, yeah. So we're going to sell this house because I really have to go. So this house cost $1,810,000. I sold $188,000 worth of stuff. Cost me $192,000 to restore it. So we're all in for $1,813,000. I was going to say, wait a minute, the math ain't mathin', but it is. $822. And it looks like Paul Baker is going to be the winner. He is going to pay us $3,524,800 for this place for a total profit of $1,709,178. So we are going to go ahead and sell it to him. And here are the before and afters. You can see they had eggs thrown on the thing. It was a mess. You can see where the monster was clawing at the walls. There's a monster that lives downstairs. See, this is what the kitchen was. And this is how dirty it was down there. I just cleaned it up. We're going to go ahead and save those photos. Those are cool. And that, my friends, is all the time I have for today. Like I said, I will do the thumbnail for this live stream later when I get time. I'm waiting for it to go back to the mansion. I wish I could sell this house. Now, I tried, and I was going to take a $200,000 loss. So, that's why I haven't sold it. And so now, oh, I've got $11 million in the bank. Wish that was real money. But anyway, that's all the time I have for today. Oh, one more thing I wanted to show you. So they gave us working gates, but they didn't give us like working main gates. So this is meant to simulate that this can swing this way and the gate does close. So that's what that's for. And it's just copied the same from the outside, the gate surrounding the property, which is already like this. So yeah, that's all the time I have for today, my friends. You guys have a wonderful day. Happy Tuesday. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.